Hi. So how many here know what an MMO is? An MMO. Raise your hand. Okay, actually more than I thought. Okay, so an MMO is what we call a massive multiplayer online game. And there are 700 million people playing these games today. That's 1 in every 10 human being on the planet. Now, in a portion of these games, there are economies, small virtual economies that are just like our own, except they're smaller. And this is where we saw a business opportunity. And to show you why there is a business opportunity here and how we can actually make money from it, we need to look at how these MMO games work. So when you start playing one of these MMO games, the first thing you do is you create your own virtual character. Now, this virtual character enters a virtual world. You're not playing alone, you're playing with millions of other people from all over the world, and you're all together in one big virtual world. Now, the goal of each of these players is to grow their own character. This is what's fun in the game, to see your character grow, become bigger, stronger, and faster, and cooler. Now, to do this, you need to kill bad guys in the game, and you also need to finish quests and missions and so forth. And to do this efficiently, you need weapons and currency inside the game. Now, you can't get these weapons and currencies inside the game by, for instance, finding them somewhere around in the world. You can also get it as rewards for finishing missions and quests. And you can also get it from other players. For instance, if one player happens to find a sword somewhere in the world, he can actually give it to another player. Now, it takes a lot of time to find these weapons and currencies inside the game. So a market was formed. Players that didn't either have the time or the patience to find these weapons and currencies inside the game started actually to buy these things off other players for real money. And to imagine how this actually works, let's put up a scenario. You see two virtual characters meeting inside a virtual world. One gives another one either a weapon or some kind of currency inside the game, but outside the game, one guy is paying another guy maybe $100. And this is a $5 billion market. Just players trading stuff they have inside games. There are 50 to 60 million people actively trading on this market today. And this is our opportunity. Now, we started researching this market, and we soon found out that the market is somewhat like this. This is a good representation of how this market is. It's like the Wild West. It's chaotic, it's fragmented, it's slow, it's pricey, and it's unsecure. So what we decided to do was to create the first professional and secure trading market, an exchange market for these currencies, ViralTrade. Now, we're not going to be the first market, but we're going to be the first professional and secure market. We're going to take this to the next level. And to show you how you would use ViralTrade to sell your currencies inside games, let's take a small example. So let's say somebody here has 1,000 currency units in some kind of game, and you want to sell it for $100. The first thing you do is you go to viraltrade.com, and there's an open database where you can put your offer in. You can also see buy offers. You can put your sell offers in and so forth. And you put a sell offer saying, I want to sell 1,000 currency units for $100. Now, then a buyer comes and sees this in the database and says, hey, I like that. I'm going to accept it. And he accepts it. Oops, yeah, that's that guy. So the next thing that happens is that he pays ViralTrade $100. We hold on to this like an escrow service, while you two meet inside the game. And you give the other guy the 1,000 currency units. And when we have verified that this has happened inside the game, we're going to send you the money, except we're going to take a 20% fee. Now, 20% is not a lot, considering that on the market today, the premium is 40%. And I'm going to show you why we can actually take 20% in a little bit. So what are we going to gain by doing this? What are we giving? Well, first off, we're beefing up security on the market. There's a lot of scamming going on this market today, a lot. This is the #1 priority for all the players on this market today. We've been talking to a lot of players, and we ourselves are also players. So the first thing we're going to do, in the beginning, we're going to screen all the sellers. We want to make sure that we have a good core of sellers that are not scamming people. The second thing we're going to do, which you can't see on the market today, we're going to let buyers and sellers rate each other. So a buyer can rate a seller, and a seller can rate a buyer. You can't do this on the market today, so you will actually see who's maybe good and who's bad. Also, another thing we're going to do, we're going to speed up delivery time. So today, on the market, you might have to wait 48 hours or more to actually get your stuff inside the game. we're going to tie the fee that we take to the delivery time. So if you're going to let some other guy have 1,000 currency units inside a game, it's actually going to be beneficial for you to do it fast. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to lower prices. Now, having an exchange market like this is going to be much more automatic than it's done on the market today. And we can actually do this, and we can lower costs. So we can actually take 20%, while on the market is about 40%. So how are we going to penetrate the market? Well, first off, we're going to do it really slowly, but in a smart way. We're going to focus on one game, just one game. We're going to talk to some high-end players in this game, famous players, really known players, and they have a lot of connections to people inside the game, both sellers and buyers. And they're going to direct these sellers and buyers to the ViralTrade exchange when it opens. In return, we're going to give them some of our fees. We're just going to do this for one game at first, and we've actually done this for the first game we're targeting. And then when we settle down in this game, we're going to branch out to another game and do exactly the same thing. So this is the team behind it. Me, I'm the CEO. Georg here, not George, Georg. He is the COO. Johan P. Malmqvist, he's the co-founder of the company. And also we have a kick-ass advisory board. So we have Páll Harðarson, president of Nasdaq OMX in Iceland. We have Elisabeth Gretarsdóttir, head of marketing at Arion Banki, and a former CCP head of marketing. So I guess probably everybody here knows what CCP is, but for you that don't know, CCP is an Icelandic company that is creating probably the best MMO on the market today. Also, Kristján Kristjánsson, which is somewhat of a superstar here in the Icelandic entrepreneurial world. He's also on our advisory board. These three people are coming from different directions and helping us out. So this is a $5 billion market, 50 to 60 million people actively trading on it. The market is shit, is total shit, chaotic, and we're going to fix that. And hopefully somebody here will also help us do it. So thank you.